Living in your car while it's hot outside can be very brutal, but I'm going to be sharing my favorite places to escape the heat. So if you're living in your car and you're trying to find a place to hide during the day, you might want to look into these places. So the first place that I'm going to suggest, and this can be subjective because it depends on your region, your city, your town, wherever you're at, and whether they're going to be open on weekends. But public libraries are a good starting point to go to, especially Monday through Friday. They're very quiet, very cool, relaxing. There's tables, you could get on Wi-Fi. Chances are they'll have a water fountain. You'll be able to replenish your water supply. So that's a good spot to go to. The second spot that I like to go to are big box stores or malls. So Walmart, Target, any place where they have a little bit of a lounging area. Shopping malls are a good one too. However, you just want to not really give off any suspicious vibes. So, maybe look through a couple of stores, sit at a table, bring out your laptop, have a drink or even your thermos at hand so that way people can know that you're there with some kind of intent versus just there because you're there and then they're going to probably come and ask you why you're there and ask you to leave or something like that. I've ran into a couple of issues where I would just go and just sit on a bench, and after being there for past 20 minutes, you kind of draw attention to yourself. So that's why I say if you have a laptop or some kind of tablet device to post up, especially at a table, it's going to look a little more less suspicious when you do it that way. Now, for the third place that I like to go to are community centers or recreational centers. Some cities have community centers that stay open during the day. Sometimes they even have lounge areas. They have free Wi-Fi. And if they have a gym, sometimes you could even sneak in a day pass and, get a shower for pretty cheap. So that's a good place to go to. One of my not so favorite places to go to are coffee shops. I find that they play very loud music, especially like Starbucks. Sometimes you could just run into, crowds or people who aren't very, let's say they're not very conscientious of the space of where they're at. And the last thing I need to hear is about, somebody else's business when it has nothing to do with me. I prefer to stay out of those places, especially when they're busy, which is usually in the later morning time, in the early to mid afternoon, and those are probably the only times that I've actually really gone. I've never really gone like right early in the morning, or by the time they close, I'm already kind of out doing my own thing. Now, for the fifth one, it doesn't quite align well as far as getting inside, but getting to a park with a lot of shade, a big tree, maybe there's a place that has a pool, you could maybe go take a dip or whatnot. And yeah, so those would be probably like the top 5 places that you want to look into. It's really hard to find a place that you can go without causing a disturbance or someone asking you about your whereabouts or trying to inquire about who you are, right? Like the goal is to go into a place where you're not feeling like you're being monitored 24/7. Like right now, I'm in my car, I'm in a parking garage. It's not very cool, but it's a hell of a lot cooler than it is in direct sunlight, I'll tell you that. And sometimes even some parking garages will give you up to 2 hours of free parking. Sometimes it's 90 minutes. And then you'll be able to buy yourself some time to at least get out of the heat for a bit. Now, speaking of time, you want to make sure that you're aware of how much time you're spending in all of those places, especially in a place like McDonald's or Starbucks or any big name fast food restaurant. They're not very keen on people staying there long term, especially the less, the less well dressed you are. I would say that's where they're gonna probably ask you to, get the hell out of there, or, maybe if you're bringing all of your bags or your whole computer setup and you're just crash landing on a corner table, they may approach you and say something. So when it comes to those places, I usually try to keep it under 90 minutes and then I'll just go on to the next place. The good thing about very busy cities is that you could literally see a Starbucks, a Chick-fil-A, and a McDonald's in almost the same intersection in a lot of different intersections. And the best way to tackle all of that is to just rotate. Like literally plug it into your phone and say, hey, on this day, I'm going to go to this location at this time, following these other locations. So then that way, if you need to be out of the heat and out of the sunlight for more than 6 hours, at least you will have a strategic plan of how to do so without feeling like you're running out of time being at one place. So it's just a tough battle that many people have to face. There's a lot of there could just be a lot of judgment when it comes to going into these spaces and you're just trying to cool off, especially when you're in regions where the digits can go into the triples, especially like places like Phoenix or Texas or anywhere where it can reach 100. You're definitely going to be in competition with other people who do not have a place to go, that are looking for places to go in order to cool down. So keep all that stuff in mind. And if you have any pointers, you have any feedback, leave it in the comments section. You never know who it might help. All right? Good luck out there. Take care.